Well, welcome everybody to another segment of Breaking Ground. We're in the presence of greatness again today. So we're at Walter Consulting Group, and beside me I have Brent O'Neill. So Brent, where did you do your study, and what was your line of study?
I did a bit of study here and there, mainly QUT. I helped pay for some of their buildings with my HECS, I think. So my first degree was in fine arts, then I did a planning degree, and then I finished with a master's in urban design.
Lovely. Yep. And where'd you do your study?
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
All
Right.
Brisbane, yeah.
Yep. Now, are you married?
Yes,
Yeah.
married, no kids, but
No kids?
two fur babies.
Yeah, right. And how many years have you been in the urban design field?
Do I look that old? I'm coming up to, I think, my 25th.
Right.
Since graduating,
Okay.
so yeah, so it's been a few years.
Okay. Now, Brent, what made you decide to become an urban planner or an urban designer? Sorry, I've got to get that right. haven't
That's
I?
all right, mate.
Yeah.
Look, I actually did a lot of theatre design, to be honest, and urban design is
Theatre design.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
So when you do set design on a theatre, you basically have the same constraints, the same aspects of how a play works.
Yeah.
Urban design is like that, just on a bigger scale. You know, you've got to basically read the book and understand what's happening. And so after doing that, and when I got into planning, you know, there was a lot of things that, you know, planning didn't really interest me, but there's a lot of stuff in there as well in regards to design. And this is the crossover between, I suppose, planning and engineering that becomes really interesting in regards to how that design works and the function of that. So, yeah, that's
okay.
what that drove me there.
Lovely, mate. Now, now I'm going to ask an industry professional like yourself to answer a series of questions now, and hopefully, well, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on you because I know you like to talk a bit, and we've been in some really good meetings at work with and listening to some great feedback from you and your industry experience. So, the next lot of questions, is it possible to answer in one word or at least one sentence? So, you ready to give it a go?
I'll give it a go. I don't know if I'll pass.
All right.
But
So,
anyway.
so here we go. What was your first job, Brent?
Worked at Target in as a casual in the Valley.
Right. Who's your favourite superhero?
America's Greatest Hero.
Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, not showing your age there.
Yep, it's a good tune too.
What do you do to relax?
I tinker on old cars.
Okay. Yeah. And what do you do for a hobby, or do you play sport?
Yes, tennis and golf.
Okay. What's your idea of a getaway?
Overseas, but pandemic sort of killed that one.
It has, mate. Yeah, yeah.
We travel quite
Well, you
a
might
bit.
be able to go to New Zealand soon. So.
True, been there a few times, but worthwhile going back.
Now, favourite food?
Oh, anything Italian.
Nice, nice. Now, if you're down your last $10, what would you buy?
Oh, a lotto ticket.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you could invite two people over for dinner, who would they be?
Two people over for dinner. Depends, I guess, what sort of dinner party I wanted, but possibly like Obama and Trump would be good to have there, just to watch the fireworks go.
Yeah,
I think that'd be interesting.
yeah. Very interesting, mate. After a bit of a challenge there.
Yeah.
Who would be your greatest role model?
Ooh, I couldn't answer that in one question.
Wow, that's
In one word. There's been too many.
Right. No, that's lovely because we get influenced by so many people, don't we?
We
So,
do, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, now I don't know whether you're aware of. There's actually a bureau of engineering credibility.
Really? Okay.
Yes, yeah. So
Do they have a badge?
No, they don't, but they have this integrity test.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. So, so before we can proceed into the next lot of questions for you to provide some advice to industry, we're going to check your credibility.
Right.
And we're going to do that in 3 questions. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. Do you snore?
My wife says I do, but I believe I don't.
Do you sing, or have you ever sung in the shower?
Oh God, yeah, all the time.
Right. And have you ever listened to an ABBA song?
Look, they were a great band. My sister's first album, so yes, I did listen to it quite
Right.
a bit. And yes, it's whether you dance to it. That's the question
Right,
you've got to ask,
right,
and I'm
right.
not.
No,
I'm not
that's-
answering that one.
No, that's excessive. So, but I can tell you, you've been passed the
Right.
Bureau of Engineering Credibility Integrity
Excellent.
Test.
I think that's good.
Right. Now, words of wisdom.
Right.
So you've spent considerable time in the sector, Brent, and I can imagine you've built up a wealth of knowledge, and obviously they love what you do here at Walters. So, in 3 words, can you list the qualities of a successful urban designer?
Look, I think 3 words would be collaborative,
Yeah.
which is key. I think the second one would be well, I can't think of the right word, but knowledgeable. You've got to be aware of a range of different professions and then have enough to engage in those professions, not to know it all, but to actually engage and draw out the best outcomes. And the third one, I think you have to be design focused. And I know that's two words, but you've got to have a focus that the vision at the end is what you're trying to achieve. So, it's not death by 1,000 cuts. You're actually trying to achieve an outcome at the end of the day and push the boundaries.
Yeah, so. Okay, mate. Nice. What would you think would be the single biggest challenge for an urban designer today?
Getting into the industry, without a doubt. Getting your foot in the door, understanding, urban design, like a lot of professions, it's trying to find your niche or your footprint to be relevant. A lot of urban design falls into what I would probably categorise as the irrelevant, i.e. lots of talk about lots of things what that could look like or the like. The thing for me, and this is why, hence my involvement with IPWAQ, is ultimately urban design is about how things actually get built and learning from those and getting great outcomes. So for me, it's getting the experience for people coming into the industry is the hardest thing. So it's really about finding an area that you enjoy, finding people that are working in there, and then basically target them and do whatever you can to get involved in the projects and basically build that experience, because urban design is a little bit like an engineer in the sense that your value is your experience. So when someone wants you to work on a project, they're wanting you, whether it's from I've worked for council and I've worked for private development companies and I've worked for consultancy, and in all of those situations, your value is your experience. So getting experience is the hardest thing, without a doubt.
Yeah, okay. And for which is a good segue into and the next question is really, what advice would you provide to a young man or woman wanting to get into urban design?
I think it gets talked about a lot, but I think in the wrong context. The mentoring thing is not about people identifying who they want to mentor. When you're coming into the profession, identify who you think are people that you want to learn from and target them. You don't have to actually be working with them. They don't have to be in the same firm or business, but whether it's through LinkedIn or other scenarios, reach out. In most cases, people are more than happy to share their knowledge and experience. It just takes you to put up your hand or make that introduction to get that involvement, and it opens up the doors for, as I said, far more experience and knowledge, which is the key for this type of industry, without a doubt.
Yeah, okay, mate. Look, thank you very much for your time, Brent. I know what you've tabled there will really help young people coming into the sector and getting a bit of a background on you too. So I just want to say on behalf of the Institute, thank you very much for your support you've been providing us with the delivery and the street design manual. Love your work, mate, and we're getting some great feedback. So thank you very much for your time.
Awesome.
And thanks for your time today.
No worries.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.